Assalamualaikum everybody. We are back with another session of our Women in Law mentorship sessions. These are flash mentorship sessions, which means that it's your very quick and one-off opportunity to meet the subject expert in a given month. And today we are honored and delighted to have with us Ms. Mahanur Umar, who's a lawyer. She has also been working in the development sector as a consultant and as an activist for women and minority rights. She's currently serving as a judicial law clerk at the Supreme Court of Pakistan and has separately worked on gender mainstreaming in the criminal justice sector. Her research focuses on gender gaps in legal institutions, particularly in Pakistan. She's currently pursuing a postgraduate degree in gender, peace, and security to further her commitment to inclusive and equitable systems as well. And today she will be speaking about choosing the right degree for law and planning your career in this field. We all know that the results have just been out, and it's been a fantastic year, and we're looking forward to more bright students entering the profession. So we know that you have a lot of queries and a lot of questions, and we're going to try and ask Mahnur to take all of them up one by one with us. But before we get started, Mahnur, welcome to this, and thank you so much for being our mentor for the month of August. We'd like to start with hearing your own journey and about yourself. So, आपने कहाँ से शुरू किया, आपने क्यों लॉ किया, all those basic questions, which will inspire
Or
people listening to you. So over to you.
thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me. I'm wondering if everyone is able to see my screen.
Yes, we are.
I'm
We are.
I'll go figure with this. All right, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to this session, Legal Journey in Picking the Right Degree. I'm going to make a lot of it actually. You'll hear a lot about me throughout because I kind of want to make it a bit personal because I think I have worn so many hats over the years, and I'm still sort of, I would say, always struggling to think about what is my calling, what is my passion. So I want to speak from the experiences I've had because I've also sat in that same chair thinking, should I do the external degree or should I do the internal degree? Am I picking what's right for me or am I making a mistake? So I'm going to go step by step through my journey and tell you what worked for me and what's worked for people I know. There's anecdotes I'll share because the best teacher, I think, is other people's experiences. At least for me, that's been the case. And I've made most of my life decisions today. I think for accessibility, I'm also going to be a bit bilingual. लोगों से मशवरे ले लेके because जब आपसे जो आपके जो एक peers होते हैं या mentors होते हैं, asking them questions, learning from them is the best thing you can do. So before we start, the session breakdown will be as follows. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey and quite literally my CV as it is. Then we're going to go into types of law degrees, external, internal, pros and cons, and their specifics. फिर हम आएंगे on choosing the right degree for you. अब मैं आपको pros and cons अपने subjective दूंगी जो मुझे नजर आ रहे हैं, right? For you, maybe it's a different consideration. Maybe you want to leave the country right after, or maybe you want to become a judge one day and stay in Pakistan forever. तो कुछ factors हैं जिनको मद्देनजर रखते हुए आपने खुद ही ये decision अपने लिए make करनी है. फिर आते हैं launching your career. How do you step foot into this very daunting field? Just unless if you're a first gen lawyer, if your parents and your family friends aren't disconnected, how do you land an internship? How do you land a job? How do you also importantly, even if you have these connections, make money? Because it's very, very hard as a young professional, right? Then we'll come on to choosing the right career path. Launch to humne kar liya, but what do we stick? Should we just stick it out and make 50,000 a month in a law firm forever, or what other avenues और कौन सी options हैं हमारे पास as young lawyers? And last but not least, a fully candid Q&A session where you can ask anything you'd like. There's no such thing as a stupid question. So this is the whole point of this as a Zoom meeting is I want you to feel like this is a resource. I'm here. Miss Nida is here. She can also answer questions if I'm unable to take them on. We'll do this together, but feel free to ask. So, about me, I've worn many hats over the years. I have an LLB from University of London. I have a 2-1, and I graduated technically in 2022 from University of London. While I was studying from my degree as a first year law student, I started teaching. I wanted to make my own money. In Pakistan, you can't exactly work as a waitress at a local restaurant because this is a very American Western thing because that job is already taken by someone who has kids to feed, right? So if you want to make a little extra money, I became a debate coach at Beacon House, Roots Millennium. Then I started teaching A level law. at Frobels International High School and A-level sociology. Alongside this, right after this, in my I think third year, I started working at the National Assembly as a research associate. So I've also had some experience on the lawmaking side. We made draft research briefs. I underwent training at Pakistan Institute of Parliamentary Affairs (PIPS) on law drafting and legal drafting. And the biggest, I would say, that these small trainings that I've done over the years, or these conferences I've been through my varied interests, have made me who I am. It's not just my degree, right? So इसके साथ हमने learning में ये चीजें भी करनी होती हैं, where you look at short courses and other things as well. Currently, I'm a judicial law clerk at the Supreme Court. But why am I sharing all of this with you? Is to show you there's not one trajectory into being a good lawyer. Okay? You have to stick to one field. I think what a marker of an excellent legal professional, I don't even want to say the word lawyer because there's so many other ways to be a lawyer. It's not just going to court, right? You can be working in-house at a corporation. You can be working with the government as a technical expert. You can be working with the United Nations, with the World Bank. You can be working with an embassy, with an NGO. And in all of these fields, you're using your law degree. So it's important to never restrict yourself. And it's important to also see and put yourself forward into multiple different areas and organizations. The only way you're going to know what you want to do in your life is by figuring out what you don't want to do. So after extensive work in academia, मैंने काफी A levels schools में पढ़ाया. Then I joined the same law school where I studied as a coordinator, and it made me realize that teaching is definitely something I love, but it's not something I want to do for the rest of my life. अब मैंने वो scratch कर दिया. Maybe I'll go back to it, but for now I put that aside. I went to Ministry of Foreign Affairs and I realized मैंने अब civil servant बनना है. I gave the CSS last year. I failed Islamiyat by 2 marks. My result came out a few months ago. Do I want to give it again? Also, no. Because after working in so many government institutions, I realized I don't really think I want to work for the government. I would like to speak freely and criticize them instead. So that's just been a personal decision of mine. And so, but I
That
can
is
make this.
so, I love that. This is so interesting because, a lot of people tend to consider CSS as a career path. So maybe, we can talk a little bit more about it towards the end, but I love how
I will
you
for
feel
sure.
about that. Excellent.
No, I was like CSS करना है, मैंने government servant बनना है, ये वो. But then अभी when I failed, even if I passed, I was thinking, is this the life? I mean, it's an excellent field.
Yeah.
The government needs more people like us the young generation, especially that have studied law. A lot of the civil servants I've met have studied engineering and medical sciences. Well, maybe they happen on those fields, but social sciences, wale students tend to sort of stick to their fields, in my experience at least. And I think the government needs more of that. I personally, as an activist and someone who's worked on human rights on the other side, I have a lot of strong opinions that wouldn't really work well with the government employee, right? Because फिर legally आपके ऊपर
Mm,
bar आ जाता है. For
true.
example, currently as a law clerk, if I have any thoughts on judgments, there was many cases that I have, wanted to share my thoughts on online. The Noor Muqaddam case, the judgment I wrote, but I'm legally as bound by certain ethical guidelines as to I have to with the institution I work with, I have to sort of stick with them.
Mm,
And it's not to say okay, you can't criticize them or you can't say anything at all, but it's in your best interest not to.
yeah.
So this is my entire CV, and the reason why I'm sharing it so candidly is to show you that I'm currently, I would say, a jack of all trades and master of none. I don't think there's one thing I can say I'm an expert in, but I can proudly say I think I know enough about all of these fields, whether it's academia, whether it's the government, whether it is research work, whether it's consulting work, or whether it's even content creation. I even modeled for Generation like 2, 3 times and did some volunteer work here and there. It's just I know enough to know now what I want to do. And what I'm going to do now is I want to work at the nexus of law and development. That is where my passion lies. My passion lies in bettering Pakistan and also bettering it in a way that aligns with my true opinions and my philosophy of life. And I can do this as an independent technical expert. Specifically, I just got into London School of Economics for their Gender, Peace, and Security degree, and I'm leaving in 4 weeks. For
Congratulations. So proud of you
Thank you.
and very happy to
Thank you
hear that.
so much. So I did a quiz. I'm not even doing an LLM anymore. Would I have liked to do an LLM? Honestly, if I had enough money, I would probably also do an LLM, but I don't. So I'm picking this. This is the hill I want to flourish on. So let's move on. We'll go back to my experiences later. I put them out here because I'm going to go back to this when I'm talking about the career launchpad and tell you ये एक आप यहाँ job देख रहे हो, institution देख रहे हैं. I'm going to tell you how I got this. Right? How did I apply? Who did I call? Because I think that's the most questions I get on Instagram or LinkedIn is how did you end up working at MOFA? What's the application process? Or how did you get to the National Assembly job? Or how do you even get an internship at a good law firm? And I'll get to these after we sort of start with the basics. Law degrees. For those of you that are students, जिन्होंने पढ़ लिया है या नहीं पढ़ लिया, let's quickly go through the options you have. Masters की भी बात कर सकते if you want to ask questions about it later, but I want to talk about what I'm most, as an academic coordinator of a law school, I've done my reading and research on the degrees available. दो तरह की degrees हैं. Good news for everybody, the 5-year degree, just this I think 2 months ago or last month was now changed to by the HEC has officially now changed it to 4 years. पहले ये 2026 में implement होने वाला था but अब implement हो जाएगा 2025 से. So eligibility क्या है? आपने metric किया हुआ है, FSC किया हुआ है या OA level किया हुआ है? And अगर OA level किया हुआ है, you're going to need to get an IBCC equivalency, which is basically a government equivalency for your O and A level exam. The IBCC equivalency is not a requirement for the UOL degree. And एक और चीज़ है, you'll have to give this exam called the law entrance exam. It's a 100-mark paper. इसमें 50% passing rate होता है. This is also done by the HEC. Eligibility duration for the external is 3 साल. इसमें आपको metric FSC किया हुआ है या आपने O level metric FSC a little above passing is what you'll need. I've seen them take people at just passing as well as someone who's worked at a law school. But you need to have if you've done metric and FSC, you have to give this very small in-house English test. It's given to the academic coordinator of that law school. जैसे अगर मैं TMUC पे थी, it's just a small essay you have to write. You'll get a problem question. आपने उसी वक्त coordinator के सामने English test करना है. It was also checked by me. So it's checked by Pakistan, and there's no fee for it. It's checked by local Pakistani personnel. And there's no entrance exam. And you just have to do O and A levels. That's it. अब fee की बात आती है. Now that the degree has been reduced to 4 years, इसमें fee में भी change आया है. The updated fee for the 4-year program is 2.5 million rupees. मतलब approximately that much. And the approximate fee for a 3-year external program degree is close to a little above 3 million rupees. तो बीच में दोनों की फी में कितना फर्क आ रहा है? 5 लाख का. कोर्स कंटेंट की जहां बात करते हैं, इंटरनल वाली जो LLB डिग्री होती है उसमें यू हैव टू डू सम जनरल सब्जेक्ट्स लाइक इस्लामियात, पाकिस्तान स्टडीज, इंग्लिश, सोशल साइंस एंड सम लॉ सब्जेक्ट्स, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल लॉ, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लॉ, jurisprudence, evidence, CRPC, CPC, ADR एंड एक्सेट्रा. जो एक्सटर्नल डिग्री का कोर्स कंटेंट है उसमें आपको काफी जनरल सब्जेक्ट्स करने होते हैं बट दे आर ऑल यूके लॉ, यूके कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लॉ, यूके क्रिमिनल लॉ, यूके पब्लिक लॉ, यूके EU मतलब यूके प्रॉपर्टी लॉ, जनरल यूरोपियन यूनियन लॉ, equity and trust law, family law, and then there's a module of Islamic law which can be beneficial for us as well as Pakistani lawyers. And let's come to recognition. Both degrees are fully recognized by Higher Education Commission Pakistan and the Pakistan Bar Council. However, यहाँ सबसे बड़ा मसला आता है जहाँ तक recognition की बात है. Because the internal degree that you do as a Pakistani student, if you went to LUMS, if you went to Punjab University, if you went to the University of Lahore, the issue with this is your chances of being hired as a lawyer by international firms comes with certain caveats and certain conditions involved, right? Abhi, for example, there's a growing trend of firms such as international law firms, US-based law firms, UK-based law firms. In naam lu to ek Auxilio comes to mind, that hire online personnel from Pakistan to become like a paralegal or a research associate or a junior associate. You do drafting work, you don't go to court, you just do basic drafting research work for them, but they will only hire if you have a foreign degree. And you can work this job while sitting in Pakistan, whereas and the internal degree holders will not be able to do this. They'll only hire if you have an external degree. So if you see what's on the slides right now, the biggest drawback of an internal Pakistani LLB degree is the extra conditions attached as when you go to the UK. When you go to the UK, then you also have to do to give the solicitor's qualifying exam. अगर आपने UK में practice करना है, you might have to do a conversion degree like a post-grad diploma in law. However, if a University of London graduate wants to practice law in the UK, it is much easier for them. Um, and if they also want to work at a law firm there, they do prefer. There's also this thing, एक unfortunately एक perception बनी हुई है Pakistani universities की abroad of not being the most forthright. This is just a general stigma, you can say, and stigmas and social biases do impact your career. So in my subjective opinion, I do think जो local Pakistani degree है, international law firms sort of shy away from them and they prefer external law degrees more. Pros and cons में एक pro ये internal degree का कि it's cheaper but by just 5 lakh now. And another pro is you learn extensively about the Pakistani legal system. If I could go back in time and perhaps change my degree, I wouldn't, because I knew from the start of time कि मैंने पाकिस्तान में पूरी जिंदगी नहीं रहना, या मैंने पाकिस्तान में पूरी जिंदगी प्रैक्टिस नहीं करना अगर रहना भी है. आई हैव ऑलवेज sort of known that I want to work more on the law making side than the law practicing side. अगर आपको लिटिगेशन करनी है पाकिस्तान में, आपको जज बनना है पाकिस्तान में, and this is where you see yourself practicing for the rest of your life, an internal degree can be very beneficial because it lays down the roots. When I go to court or kacheri, I do feel that the internal degree candidates have a slight edge in the sense that they have more knowledge of criminal law, constitutional law, law of evidence, and this is a very small con, because as an external degree holder, all you have to do is read the constitution. All you have to do is read and understand the CRPC and CPC. So the issue here is there's a bit of extra homework for you, right? In the 3 years of doing the University of London degree, you're learning the property law of the UK, you're learning the contract law of the UK, you're learning equity and trust law of the UK. Yes, system is same, but the entire litigation court system in Pakistan, civil procedure code and CRPC criminal rules of procedure पे चलता है. ये चीजें जब आपको एक टीचर सिखाते हैं डिटेल में, then you do, I would say, you do enter as a young professional with a slightly better understanding. So UOL graduates या external degree graduates, जब वो graduate करते हैं, they can make excellent lawyers. I know excellent litigants who are practicing with their UOL degree, but they just had to do a little bit of extra, I would say, reading and learning on Pakistani law after graduation. So this is it for the degree. When it comes to This is it for the specifics of the degree. When it comes to choosing कि मैं कौन सी करूँ, इसका कोई आंसर right or wrong नहीं है. Both are excellent degrees. It just depends on what you want to do. So career goals and mobility. Local LLB is the best for if you want to practice in Pakistan. Oh, sorry, I'm not sure what happened here. Yes, the local degree is best for if you want to practice in Pakistan. अगर आपको थोड़ा सा इंटरेस्ट है बाहर काम करने का या किसी इंटरनेशनल फर्म के साथ काम करने का और एन एनजीओ, द फॉरेन डिग्री वुड बी मोर सुटेबल फॉर यू. Networking and professional exposure. I personally think that when you work at, you do the local LLB program, you have direct access to the Pakistani legal community. This can help with internships, clerkships, and apprenticeships. And with UOL degrees, it kind of, the thing is, most institutions जो UOL degree offer कर रहे हैं, they are not entirely full-fledged universities. They some people, I might get a bit of woe for saying this, but I personally would say it's a glorified academy tuition center. I personally don't think I got the full university experience जो आपको मिलता है if you go to a proper university, with clubs and societies, with a huge student base, with a classroom filled with people. And sometimes in this kind of environment, you might be working, you might be kind of doing a lot of self-learning. In my UOL degree, I was working as a teacher full time में जाके, and कोई वो भी नहीं सकती थी उसकी अटेंडेंस की. जब आप पाकिस्तानी यूनिवर्सिटी में जा रहे हैं तो आपकी अटेंडेंस पे भी डंडा होगा, आपके जो असाइनमेंट्स हैं उन पे भी होगा. आई probably didn't submit an assignment in the entire 3 years of law school, to be honest. I gave the mocks. I was working full time. I mean, I was working part time at multiple places. मैं साथ internships भी करी थी. मैं जाके अल्लाह का शुक्र है कि I got a 2-1, but I kind of taught myself. And this is not saying anything about the institution I was at. It was an excellent institution, but I just didn't have that kind of strictness over me. So, and why am I sharing this? That is what I wanted. I wanted to be at an institution that lets me have the flexibility of also doing a job, of also pursuing other interests. Um, but if I wanted to be full-fledged into law student mode, तो मैं local में lumps के लिए apply कर लेती, पर मैंने नहीं किया. पर्सनल लर्निंग स्टाइल, अगर आपको जरा, इफ यू आर समवन जो सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन्ड है, you're okay with a slightly flexible learning style and you have strong time management, then I would say, and you have really excellent, I would say, writing and English skills, so I would say go for the UL degree. But if you like structured classes, you like consistent guidance, group learning, so a local degree could be more beneficial. And long term considerations, I think the biggest for me make or break factor into choosing local LLB or a foreign degree is what do you want to do? For anyone who wants to be a litigator in Pakistan, you want to be a Supreme Court advocate of Pakistan Supreme Court, you can definitely be one with the UL degree, but it doesn't hurt to have the kind of knowledge and base foundational learning that a local Pakistani degree would give you. So if I wanted to do litigation, I would have done the Pakistani law degree. I wanted to work in the development sector slash consulting sector, तो मैंने यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ लंदन की डिग्री पिक कर ली. However, जो टाइम बचाना चाहते हैं, एक वो भी बहुत बड़ी कंसिडरेशन रही है कि 5 साल, 2-3 साल, अब तो 4 साल हो गए, तो वक्त, व्हाट्स 1 year? It's not a big deal. 1 year counts for hardly anything. In fact, आधे से ज्यादा लोग जो यूएल की डिग्री कर रहे हैं ना, 3 साल वाली, वो कभी कभार एग्जाम लोड बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है, मे बी यूर फाइंडिंग अ सर्टेन सब्जेक्ट हार्ड, दे ब्रेक डाउन देयर डिग्री एंड दे डू इट इन 5 years anyway. So, matlab, you can give so you're I think legally allowed to finish your degree of the UL degree in over a period of 6 years. Instead of giving 4 papers a year, आप दो papers भी कर सकते हैं. So my point is simply this. If you're okay with the extra year of the local degree and you want your foundational learning of Pakistani law to be strong, do the local LLB program. I have all these books somewhere here of the UK's legal system. बट मैं क्या करूं यूके की प्रॉपर्टी लॉ के इतने रट्टे मार के जो मैंने मारे थे रट्टे, when I'm not practicing in the UK and I was practicing here, but I had to relearn Pakistan's laws by myself, as opposed to a teacher teaching me these things. So pick the degree. My personal, I would say, suggestion for those who want to be litigants in Pakistan is to do the local LLB program, but do it from a reputed, well-known institution. And for those who want to do litigation but might also want to work in corporate, उनको कोर्ट वगैरह का ज़्यादा नहीं करना, but they want to be in-house counsel, उन्हें consulting करनी है, international काम करना है, they can do the UL degree. But the most important thing to remember is you are not stuck. Whether you do UOL or whether you do the Pakistani law degree, you can still pave your career path any way you want. It all depends on the person that you are and the work experiences you have. So moving forward, degree हमने कर ली, आगे चलते हैं on launching your career path. How do you get started? People, I think the biggest mistake a bunch of students make is that when you're a student, you spend all your time studying and focusing on, school societies, and that's good. That's fine, but you need to have work experience on your CV. And I know कि आजकल बहुत एक trend चला गया कि internships भी paid होनी चाहिए, but it's an unfortunate reality here कि internships क्या proper junior associates को कभी कभार पैसे नहीं मिल रहे होते. तो intern early and often. जितनी law firms मिल सकती हैं या NGOs या कोई corporate legal department मिल सकती हैं, work there, intern there. And how do you land these internships? When I was a first-year law student, I worked at Amr Bilal Sufi & Co. I'm a first-generation lawyer. My family has absolutely no lawyers in it. ना मेरे तब कोई contacts है इस तरह. The most important thing you have to do here is don't be ashamed to, number one, be rejected, right? काफी law firms को extra hands की कभी कोई जरूरत नहीं होती. So approach as many people as you can. And how can you approach them? Number one, email. I emailed like 10 law firms. I was 21 years old. I emailed 10 law firms. None of them replied to me except ABS की मुझे email आ गई कि आप मंडे को इंटरव्यू के लिए आ जाएं. मैंने उस ईमेल में क्या लिखा? I sent them my grades. I sent them my CV. उसमें छोटी मोटी चीजें लिखी हुई थी, मेरी hobbies भी लिखी, because there was nothing to put on my CV. I was a first year law student, and I sent them a really nice cover letter showing my eagerness to learn from them and also my skills. मैंने कहा कि I'm good at drafting, I'm a quick learner, this is what I can offer you. I want to do a summer internship, मेरे 2 महीने में आपको दे सकती हूँ. And lo and behold, Monday को उन्होंने मुझे एक email के through उन्होंने कहा आ जाए. So 10 emails I sent out. I didn't even get a reply. Only one replied back to me. So intern early is often. So emails is one way to contact firms, calling them. And even worst case scenario, if थ्री CV प्रिंट करके you can also just show up. पाकिस्तान में एक बहुत बुरा कल्चर है कि लोग अपनी ईमेल्स चेक नहीं करते, तो अपनी यूनिफॉर्म पहन के, सूट पहन के, सफेद शलवार कमीज पहन के, if you show up at a firm or an office with your CV and then meet the receptionist and ask to meet, you know, HR or ask to meet an associate and say, could I please come in for an interview? Are you looking for extra help? Don't be afraid. The thing is, ऑनलाइन पोर्टल्स पे इंटर्नशिप्स की हमें कोई उन्होंने लॉ फर्म्स ने या ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने डिटेल्स ही नहीं दी हुई होती, तो आप be shameless and approach them. And don't take it too hard if someone rejects you, because उनके अपने maybe उनके पास desks ना हो, maybe उनको help की जरूरत ना हो. Why would you want to go work at a firm जहाँ आपको कोई काम नहीं मिल रहा? डू योर रिसर्च करें जो आपका एरिया ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है, चाहे कोई एनजीओ हो, चाहे लॉ फर्म हो, चाहे कोई लीगल एड सोसाइटी हो. सबके नाम, नंबर, ईमेल सब कुछ निकालें एंड रीच आउट टू देम. लिंक्डइन इज अ ग्रेट वे एज वेल. यू नीड टू ऑल्सो क्रिएट अ प्रोफेशनल ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंस. अब टेक्नोलॉजी का दौर है. योर शिनाख्त, योर आइडेंटिटी हैज ऑल्सो लॉट टू डू विद वट यू हैव ऑनलाइन. अब ये मैं नहीं कह रही कि हर कोई जाके यूट्यूबर बन जाए. दैट्स नॉट नेसेसरी. But it definitely is necessary for you to have a LinkedIn profile at least, because LinkedIn is also a great way to connect with people. I'll give you one short example. इसमें just hold on one moment. Just putting my computer on charge. When the Supreme Court clerkship program when the Supreme Court clerkship program opened applications this year, I got so many messages on LinkedIn from people who wanted guidance. अब मैं तो उन लोगों को नहीं जानती थी, but because उनकी LinkedIn profiles, they messaged me. I saw कि law students हैं, उन्होंने ये किया हुआ है. I helped them out. All it took was one DM on LinkedIn. Instagram is not an appropriate forum to DM someone for professional advice. Facebook is not an appropriate forum. LinkedIn is an appropriate forum. Send a hello, hope you're well, a little paragraph about you. मेरा नाम ये है, मैं यहाँ स्टूडेंट हूँ, या मैं ये कर रहा हूँ या कर रही हूँ. I was hoping if I could please get your guidance when you have a moment on फलां 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 queries. And people are usually very helpful because यही लोग, like myself, like others, have been in your shoes at some point. हमने भी किसी से इस तरह guidance मांगी थी. हम ऐसे नहीं यहाँ बड़े होके बस बैठ के आ गए हैं, right? So there's no harm in asking for help. And यही LinkedIn content शायद आपको कहे, oh, you're looking for law firm internships. I know a firm that's looking for someone. So don't be afraid to reach out to people. Internships, cold call, be shameless, reach out to people, email करें, call them, show up at the office, and ask for a meeting. LinkedIn पे message करें. And most importantly, when you find someone, आपकी law firm पे internship होगी, ठीक है? I'll give you an example. मैंने ABS पे intern किया. I was there. I was working with the senior partner Majid Bashir. I'll give you this example. ये बात है 2020, 2021 की. Now it's 2025. To this date, Sir Majid and I are in frequent contact. Whenever I write a new judgment or whenever I do something new, I send him, my article, or I send him a photo कि मैं फलां conference पे गई थी, वहाँ IP की बात हो रही थी. Stay in touch with people. And I also उनसे भी मैं पूछती हूँ. Sir often sends. Sir is a great author. He sends me things he's authored. So when you find a mentor, learn from their experience, but also keep that connection. Don't use people as just a means to an end, right? अब ये कोई भी किसी भी वक्त या मैं उनके काम आ सकती हूँ या वो मेरे काम आ सकते हैं. And another example I want to give you is एक Jessup एक moot court competition है. I volunteered for Jessup's team as a law student, and this was organized then by the US Embassy. The mentor then, जो lead organizer थी Jessup की, Miss Zoe Richards, I made an impact on her where she was very impressed by my organizational skills. And later, जब US Embassy Women Judges Summit organize कर रही थी, at this Women Judges Summit, they hired me. I was paid in dollars. What did I have to do? I was the head of the volunteers. So the ushers, the setup, the program, making sure के सब लोग सही जगह बैठे हुए हैं, जो स्पीकर्स हैं उनके पास उनके माइक, कॉलर माइक, सारा प्रोग्राम सब सही चल रहा है, खाना के टाइम पे लग रहा है, कोई पावर पॉइंट लगनी है, द पावर पॉइंट प्रूफ रेड, So I was doing very menial tasks, but it was a great learning experience. मुझे ये Women Judges Summit वाली paid volunteer gig किस तरह मिली? Because of the volunteer work I did earlier for free, right? With Miss Zoe, who remembered me, who remembered कि ये बड़ी काम की बच्ची थी, इसको मैं यहाँ बुला लेती हूँ. And today I still work with her, and I can also say she's a dear friend of mine. So professional relationship turned into one that's also now a very good friendship. इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि all people you work with should be your friends, but develop connections. And how do you build? Now that brings me to building your network. How do you build and sustain a network? एक common मुझे एक बहुत weird चीज लगती है कि जब आप किसी conference या किसी event पे होते हैं, people sort of meet each other, introduce themselves. मैं स्टूडेंट हूँ, कोई और कहेगा मैं यहाँ काम करता हूँ, that's it, and then they give you their card. Nobody cares about these cards, right? Because you'll eventually just throw them away. If you want to network with somebody, especially when you're a young, early career professional, you have to think about what you want from them and how you can be of assistance to them. Unfortunately, we live in a world where हर कोई किसी का free teacher नहीं बना हुआ. And it's also, you're not entitled to anybody's time, right? Why would I sit on, for example, why did I want to do this? Because I was getting so many messages, but I wasn't going to sit with every student one by one. I don't have that kind of time. I would like to help out, but that's just a time restraint I have, right? So when you're networking with somebody, you need to make sure that you know who they are, and if you want to, and how you can be of assistance to them. I'll give you an example. If I'm at a conference and I meet someone, and let's just say वो United Nations में काम करते हैं, मुझे पता है that I am good at legal research or I'm good at drafting work, and the UN has a lot of policies they write. I give my card, I meet somebody, and I ask them questions. I said, people love talking about themselves, especially older people. No offense to any of them. So, sort of to keep them impressed and engaged by you, introduce yourself, but don't talk about yourself too much. Ask them, oh, and I heard you're working on child rights. Is there any recent project you've been doing that's been interesting? These things will prolong the conversation, and two, make them remember you. And जब वो बात करें किसी project की, then you can also mention, oh, this is an area of interest of mine. I'm really good at research, so here's my card. If you ever need any help and assistance on any research work, any field work, please, I would love to work with you and reach out. So this is with the network, to expand your network, make sure that you talk to people and you have good conversational skills. Good conversational skills require for you to be confident and curious. Be curious about other people. इसका ये मतलब नहीं just network with uncles and aunties that you can benefit from, but network with your peers, network with fellow law students, right? Because you together can build each other up. Some of the opportunities I've got in my life have been through my friends. They're like, oh, hey, Manu, apply for this. You're a good candidate for this. Yeah, there was some, conference that someone had to speak at. I told my friend to go speak at that conference. So make sure you develop and sustain these connections. Meet up for tea, plan activities with people you work with or people you study with outside of just professional engagements. Hone your skills. Law school is not enough. You need to be good at other things. If communication is your problem, take a communication and public speaking course online. YouTube पे free videos हैं on how to be a good orator. If drafting and writing in English is your problem, again, hundreds of free courses online. Yeah, take a paid course at Coursera. आपको ADR में interest है, do an ADR course. Always think about how can I build my skills. अभी इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि आप 10 certificates पकड़ के जमा कर दें और वो LinkedIn पे लगा दें. Find things specific to your passion. Another thing, stay updated on legal developments. अब लॉ डिग्री आ गई, इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि you're ready to be a lawyer. You need to, जब जजमेंट्स आती हैं नई सुप्रीम कोर्ट की या हाई कोर्ट की, उन्हें पढ़ें. आप जुडिशरी में जो अपडेट्स हैं 27th अमेंडमेंट के बारे में, या किस किस को पता है जो बात, यू नीड टू नो दीज थिंग्स. लॉ एंड पॉलिटिक्स, लॉ एंड पब्लिक अफेयर्स ओवरलैप. A sign of a good lawyer is a well-informed lawyer. And specialize. You don't have to figure out right now what you want to do. If you're a law student, you have early professional, but after 1 or 2 years of being in the professional world, you need to sort of realize कि मैंने किस चीज में थोड़ा सा माहिर बनना है. जैसे मैंने अब जाके decide कर लिया, I want to be working on gender and criminal justice. That is an area of interest to me, right? I've done litigation. I've worked with law firms. I've worked with the NGOs. I've worked with government offices. I now work at the Supreme Court. where I'm using my drafting skills, but I realize where my passion lies. So realize where your passion lies and then get a further degree in it. So wait, now we're going to move on. So what kind of career paths are available? Oops, sorry. What kind of career options are available to you? All right. We're going to break this down into 3 different types of career paths you can take. One is a legal, strictly legal career path, जिसमें आप litigation कर सकते हैं, कचहरी वगैरह जा जाके, you're a practicing lawyer, या आप corporate lawyer बन जाए. Corporate law में इतना, there's not so much litigation work as there is in firm work, like contracts पे काम कर रहे हैं, mergers पे काम कर रहे हैं, you're reading compliance documents, you're sitting in meetings, आप research briefs prepare कर रहे हैं. If आप किसी business के लिए corporate lawyer हैं, they want to know if they can acquire fala properties. You'll tell them the legalities. You can give an exam. You can, try to join the judiciary. You can become in-house counsel. In-house counsel में दोनों चीजें आ सकती हैं. Litigation भी हो सकती है थोड़ी सी with some corporate work and advisory. Or you can be an ADR specialist, alternate dispute resolution. This is this involves solving cases, and also it's kind of also in another way a legal advisory role. तो लीगल प्रैक्टिस में ये आ गई हैं. फिर आते हैं पॉलिसी रिसर्च एंड एकेडेमिया. यू कैन बी अ लीगल रिसर्चर, you can be a policy analyst, you can be working with think tanks, NGOs. Tabad Lab का किसी ने सुना होगा. Miss Nida herself is a great researcher who has developed a plethora of research briefs that people cite when they do their research. Academia, आप अगर मास्टर्स करें या PhD करें, you can become a law professor, or you can become an admin member at a law school. You can be a strictly human rights and public interest lawyer. इसमें आप advocacy, activism work, legal reform कर सकते हैं. You can be so for a lot of oil and gas companies, they have what we call compliance and regulatory officers. ये necessarily lawyers नहीं होते. In fact, I know a bunch of officers जो compliance work पे काम करते हैं that don't even have a law degree. So compliance and regulatory officers का काम होता है to make sure certain industries or organizations का जो work है is in line with legal and ethical standards. Other than this, you can take on a non-traditional career. This will involve new message. Okay. This will involve working at international organizations, चाहे वो कोई NGO हो, UN हो, World Bank हो, या you're working with the government even, media and journalism. You can become a reporter. अगर आपको politics में interest है, आप legal analysis कर सकते हैं, आप public service CSS दे सकते हैं, उस CSS के exam में, you can sit that exam. You can go into policy making advisory roles. काफी ज़्यादा जो आजकल ministry में लोग काम कर रहे हैं as consultants or external technical experts, they have law degrees. So there's so many avenues. Law degree, I would say, is such a versatile thing. अगर आप मेडिसिन करें तो आप sort of मेडिसिन के साथ ही stuck हो जाते हैं. साइकोलॉजी करें तो साइकोलॉजी के साथ. Here you have the world of politics, policy, development, inclusion, human rights, so many things open to you. Finance, corporation, economic jobs, related jobs, academia. So the list is endless. It all comes down to what are you passionate about? And it's okay if you don't know. You can pick what you're a little bit passionate about and start interning there and then figure it out from there. So with that, we are now going to move on to questions and answers. So let me just open this. So if anyone has any questions or answers, questions to ask or any, thing that they'd like guidance on, you can just unmute your mic and we can take it from there.
Yeah,
Or you can send them.
could raise your
Hi.
hand and we will, you can take the floor. So if anybody wants, and if you want to leave your questions in the chat box, I can read them out too. Ji Inaya, please go ahead.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Inayaf, and I'm currently 15. I'm in first year. I heard of this session through Instagram, and currently I seem to be interested in law, but I'm not sure which field of law should I pursue. And I am currently, because I had a lot of holidays after my 10th board exams, I took a course in international humanitarian law by Coursera. I haven't completed it yet, but I wanted perspective on some kind of law. So, what do you suggest I do as a first year student, or what do you suggest I do in the future?
You're a first year student at a law school?
No, ma'am, I'm in 11th grade.
Oh, you're in 11th grade. That's what I heard. Well, firstly, wow, I'm so impressed that you're already thinking about these things from such an early age. I think you said you're 15.
Yes.
Law is definitely a great field to choose. I would say that I personally would recommend this degree to anybody who has even a slight interest. And जैसे आपने बोला, you did a course on IHL, so that shows that you have some interest in this area. So the thing is, at this point, when you are in undergraduate, आप undergrad degree के लिए जाएंगी, उसमें we don't really specialize. So a bachelor's of law, an LLB, at that stage, you're doing a general law degree in which you're going to study a range of courses. You're going to study criminal law. You're going to study contract law. You're going to study constitutional law, human rights law, commercial law. So my answer to your question is, even I personally, like for example, my interest was in human rights. So I knew कि अगर मैं masters अभी कर रही होती, if I was going for a masters of law after my LLB, I know कि my interest is in human rights. So I would do my LLM in something human rights related. So picking a specialization, I personally think should not depend on what's making money. Because the thing is, every type of law field or specialization can make money. Intellectual property का बहुत scope है, AI का बहुत scope है, climate law का बहुत scope है. Those are all excellent things, but they're going to be very boring and very tedious to study for so long and do for the rest of your life if you have no interest in that area. Like, why would you want to be miserable, right? मुझे काफी लोग कह रहे थे कि महानूर यार AI law कर लो masters में, don't do gender and don't do gender insecurity because there's so much money in AI. Like, I don't care. I know okay, if I want to make money, I'm going to make money by excelling at what I'm interested in. Right? So to answer your question, you said IHL. IHL is an excellent field of law, right? International humanitarian lawyers are working with the ICJ, are consultants with the biggest international firms there are. So my advice to you is, after you graduate from high school, when you're done, go for an LLB. LLB ke andar, you're going to study so many different law subjects. That is when you can decide. Maybe contract law, commercial law speaks out to you. You're really good with economics and numbers. Maybe criminal law stands out to you. You're really interested in criminology and criminal justice. So it depends on what speaks out to you. My answer is this: interest. I personally go for interest above all.
Okay, thank you so much for the detailed response. I have another question. As an 11th grader, what do you suggest? कौन सी skills that मैं polish करूँ या कौन सी skills मैं develop करूँ for that would help me in my law degree?
Yeah. So first and foremost, public speaking. I have been seeing so many people go into law, and I've seen like these interns, and I've seen people. As a lawyer, you need to be a good. It's not कि just court में बोलने के लिए public speaking चाहिए होती है. But it's mainly because it is a people's field. It's a field where you excel and go ahead with your network. You need to have good communication skill as well, right? It doesn't necessarily mean कि आपको इतना कोई next level extrovert होना है, but do debates. Go to MUN conferences, parliamentary debates करें, public speaking competitions में जाए. And number 2, writing. Start writing early. Write essays, read books. And what kind of books? I would say, personally, for me, it's really helped me. I read fiction and not fiction. But learning more about history, learning more about the world has made me more interested in law and how it changed, right? मैं जब law के बारे में पढ़ रही थी, it made me interested in for example, Hudud Ordinance. Hudud Ordinance कौन लाया? Zia. Zia did this Islamization of Pakistan. He also, made a lot of anti-minority laws. So reading up on these laws made me interested in history. So I read those books. So skills to hone: number 1, speaking. Number 2, communications. How do you do this? Go to debate competitions, go to conferences, go to public speaking events. Look at speakers and their way of speaking. See who you're inspired by. कि मैं जब डिबेट कोच थी तो मैं यूट्यूब पे लगाती थी वो डॉक्टर मार्टिन लूथर की वो जो स्पीच नहीं है, आई हैव अ ड्रीम, and I would have a print of the speech, and I would make them copy it as it is. Right? I'd say, I want you to speak the same way this man spoke. So practice public speaking. And number 2, practice writing. ये मतलब नहीं अभी से आप legal drafts लिखना शुरू कर दो. Write about things you're interested in. You can write about, if you're interested in arts, then write an article on that. Publish it yourself on WordPress. If you're interested in mental health, write about that. Just write, read and write. And there's a big, huge amount of young people that don't read books anymore. Read books. And how you get into reading books? Read topics you like reading, whether it's like fiction, romance, history, JoBio, science fiction. Start reading books you like until you just like reading itself. Then you can force yourself to read any boring, big old book. All right. Yes, Hadia?
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, so my question is sort of all over the place because I don't know how to make it coherent. I'm sorry I joined the meeting 10 minutes late, but
No way.
so the thing is that in my second year, I was supposed to graduate this year, but then last year, in my second year, I got this really bad cervical pain because of which I was on and off bedridden for around one can say till May this year, so I couldn't sit for my exams. So I will now graduate next year. But as you mentioned that initially I was really sad about it. कि, oh, 4 साल अब हो जाएंगे degree को, and I just want to get done with my degree. But then, as you mentioned, कि एक और ही साल है, that's no big deal. But then last year, my plan sort of didn't really materialize because I was so sick. The development side interests me. Litigation does not interest me at all. I did intern at 2 litigating firms last summer. I don't think that's my cup of tea. But so with development sector, I feel like at least with my degree or with my skills, I feel like there's a gap between the employer and the skills that I possess. So, I mean, I know a bit about legal research and all, but what else do you think I should work on? Like sort of maneuver through that.
So firstly, I'm sorry to hear about your medical, medical condition that sort of stopped you from doing your degree in the time you wanted to do or focus on things you wanted to focus on. I want to share something. I did my degree in 5 years. So this is really funny. The only reason I picked UOL was because I was like, I don't want to waste 2 years of my life doing the because at my time law degree Pakistan में 5 साल की थी. And the funny thing is, because of COVID, I got COVID in the middle. I also got really sick, and I then had some work commitments. Yada yada yada. Life happened, and I ended up giving my last exam, in the 5th year of my degree. So my fellows that studied with me graduated 2 years before me. And I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I would say I'm professionally further than at least most of them. And the only reason for that is because I was also working throughout my entire degree. They graduated, they did their masters, and now we're all at the same level, if not ahead or piche. So I think you are meant to be exactly where you are in life right now, right? If you were meant to do your degree in 5 years, you were meant to do in 3 years. If you were meant to graduate by 30, it doesn't matter. Your life is written for you. That's my personal opinion. And I think that you should never feel sad or, you should never worry about being behind or being, someone being ahead of you. So पहले ये चीज मैंने basically करनी थी. उसके आगे बात आते हैं आप on your question. So the development sector में legal policy drafting तो बहुत है. And अब तो AI आ गया. So that's kind of, I would say their need for young interns writing 2 pages for them has also gotten easier. So that is a skill thing that now is a bit at risk, in my opinion. I would say to thrive in the development sector, what got my shoe in the door was working with NGOs. And वो working in not in the sense कि 2 महीने आप work करें, but project पे होता था. And this was free work I did. Rosen, एक बहुत well-renowned NGO है. They did a summer camp in 2016. I was sick. I was in O levels then, I think, and I put this on my CV. The summer camp was for good touch, bad touch. बच्चों को बताने के लिए कि someone touches you here, then what to do if they don't. So and then I started teaching at a community school. वहाँ अंडर प्रिविलेज बच्चों को मैंने फ्री में पढ़ाया. अभी भी कभी जाके पढ़ा लेती हूँ. सो डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर में यू ऑल्सो नीड टू हैव फील्ड एक्सपीरियंस क्या है? प्रोजेक्ट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के फंड रेजिंग कैसे होती है. right? You learn how to fundraise. There's for example, there's many organizations. Special Olympics Pakistan. I was on their fundraising committee for Islamabad for 2 years. This is also all, I got no money. And this was a lot of work, a lot of khwari, right? Because you have to go, you have to printing करवानी होती है, pamphlets print करने होते हैं, लोगों को invite करना होता है. It's just a lot of grunt work. So volunteer work you need to do endlessly, and that is how you develop your skills enough. And skills की बात नहीं है, through this free volunteer work you're doing, your network expands. आप इतने लोगों से मिलते हैं कि बेशक you were a one-off volunteer at Rosen, बेशक you were a one-off volunteer at Special Olympics, but now I have the Special Olympics chairperson, Ms. Ronak Lakhani's WhatsApp in my phone. So if I ever need to work with her again, or if I, now for example, the fact that she's in my network, if I wanted the Special Olympics I want to do an event with them, I have a contact there, right? Because of the free volunteer work I did with them. And so I would say if you want to break into the development sector, legal drafting hogi, but skills develop करनी है तो आप volunteer करो. And this is a bit annoying because डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर में पैसा नहीं है. लॉ में तो फिर भी पैसा है, बट डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर में शुरू में टू वॉलंटियर यू विल हैव टू एज अ यंग प्रोफेशनल समटाइम्स टेक ऑन अ फ्यू अनपेड volunteer work gigs or internships. But it's very short. I would say you only have to do a month of grunt work for someone to see how capable you are and want to sign you on as an employee, right? So does that answer your question, Hadia? Was there anything else to it?
Yeah, I had one more question regarding finding these opportunities. I stopped using LinkedIn for a bit because I found it very overwhelming with all of what I was going through. But how do I find such volunteer works? Is there a specific platform where I can find all of that?
It's so unfortunate that here we don't have that. Most volunteer organizations, like most organizations in need of volunteers, don't have an online presence. They don't have that kind of funding. Now, उनके पास the staff at such organizations, like कोई orphanage हो, कोई educational institute हो, community school हो, they don't really have such a social media presence. Master Oops का भी एक लम्स के लड़के ने बनाया था Facebook page. So you just have to show up. You want to work, let's just say in volunteering में या development sector में, you're passionate about education. Google community schools and just show up there. Speak to the owner, speak to whoever you see. They say, I would love to volunteer with you. Can I help you out with something? Ramzan would come up, so I would go to like little encampments and be like, oh, इनके लिए हम इफ्तारी arrange कर लेते हैं. So you have to sort of take that initiative yourself. ये जो volunteer, especially in Pakistan, for NGOs and stuff, उनकी online presence इतनी अच्छी नहीं है. Rosen is a great place. Just show up at their office, send them an email, call them. Find some Google, LinkedIn पे जाएं, Rosen लिखें, find someone who works at Rosen, send them a DM. Find another NGO, Green Volunteers, Helping Hands Pakistan, Teach for, there's so many Teach for Pakistan, unki fellowships hoti hain. So find these on LinkedIn and just DM the people there. And don't be overwhelmed by LinkedIn. I want you to know half the people there are just as overwhelmed, and they're kind of turning choti achievements into a big thing because that's what they have to do. You just have enough on your profile to give a good presentation of who you are, and don't be scared to DM people. And थोड़ी सी ख्वारी करनी पड़ेगी. You have to do research, email, call, show up at office. This is how I've gotten every opportunity in my life, by being teed and by doing a lot of khwari. So when you don't have those kind of contacts, and the thing is, you'll be surprised. People will surprise you, especially if you're offering shuru mein at least free help. पैसे को शुरू से नहीं देगा. Free help offer, they'll be happy to take you on.
Actually, can I just add to that? I think what
Yeah.
you're saying, and I feel that Mahnoor, your journey and trajectory has been so similar to mine, even because I also interned at RSIL, which is obviously ABS ki hi ek sister organization, and also, like they've been so fundamental in so many of our careers. And I think Amr Bilal Sufi's name does come up, and then unke saath Taimur Malik the उस time पे. So ABS and RSIL, जिससे भी मैं बात करती हूँ, तो उनका बहुत एक रोल होता है कहीं ना कहीं. somebody is connected to them in some way. So I think that is a trend
Yeah.
I started noticing. But also जो आप free volunteerships की बात कर रही हो ना, I think people need to also start looking at these things as an investment or some sort of a capital that you're putting in your own self and in your own development as a professional, and deriving value is not just something that you do monetary terms mein. When you are volunteering, and my entire life, I think I've done more volunteer work than anything else. The entire Women Law Initiative is a volunteer initiative. And I think I've done less paid work and more volunteer work, but I think what it gets you in the kind of rooms that you get to be in because you're just willing to contribute. I know there's an angle of whole that exploitation angle and everything, but यार एक चीज जब आप voluntarily कर रहे हैं तो यही तो बात है कि वो फिर exploitation उस तरह से नहीं है, because you will only volunteer for things that you're passionate about, that you're committed about, and that that bring you peace in so many other ways. That you go to sleep with that sense of calm and sense of contribution and
Yeah.
satisfaction. So I think it's also important for us as young professionals to realize that the value that you derive from some sort of a commitment, which is not in monetary terms, is still value. And how can
Hmm.
you harness and how can you use that value to progress in your field? I think that is also something worth considering when you are committing yourself to some project or some sort of an opportunity, कि आप उसकी वैल्यू दूसरे टर्म्स में भी देखना understand करें, not just in terms of money that it pays you, but in terms of the kind of connections it can get you, the kind of contacts, the kind of experiences, the kind of opportunities. So I think all of that is also a lot of value that we need to calculate,
Yeah.
factor in when we are looking at opportunities, particularly when
Yeah.
we're young, when we are students, when we are, or when, we are fresh graduates or something. So I don't know if this is a very privileged position that I'm stating. Some people need
Yeah.
money. I understand कि वो सारे concerns अपनी जगह होते हैं, but I mean, it's just a way of looking at how these things play out in practice. So, मेरा भी experience यही रहा है कि you need to look at value in a much broader lens and then see whether something is worth your time or not.
Yeah, sacrifice थोड़ा बहुत करना पड़ता है, and obviously, unfortunately, not a lot of people can do that. Sacrifice as well, कि उनको पैसे बनाने होते हैं. But if you are in a position, because I see so many young law students जिनके माँ बाप उनको support कर पाते हैं, but they're like, नहीं नहीं, मैंने free में नहीं काम करना है इस law firm पे. अगर 1 महीना 2 महीने free कर लोगे, उसी से नौकरी मिलेगी, तो कभी कभार इस तरह, that's the unfortunate reality, that our labor laws don't make free unpaid internships illegal. I wish that were the case. बट ऐसे शुरुआत कुछ काफी लोगों की होती है, एंड इफ यू वांट मेक मनी ऑन द साइड तो आप कर सकते हैं. मैंने ट्यूशंस पढ़ाई थी, फॉर एग्जांपल. एक मेरीन अरशद का है, एज अ लॉ स्टूडेंट, हाउ कैन आई अर्न एज अ फ्रीलांसर, व्हाट सर्विसेज कैन आई ऑफर. यू कैन ऑफर सर्विसेज यू गुड एट, राइट. आई वाज गुड एट ए लेवल. मेरे ए लेवल लॉ, सोशियोलॉजी और साइकोलॉजी में अच्छे मार्क्स आए थे. मैंने इंस्टाग्राम पेज बनाया और सबको पढ़ाया, राइट. Nida, have you ever freelanced in your early days, or I think they
I
would,
still
or
do. I'm still doing that.
And how do you sort of
Right.
manage that,
So, so yeah, basically I mean, the job that I've been most committed to in terms of, it being a paid job that I've consistently done is teaching, which gives me a lot of flexibility to do so many other things that I do. I never wanted to commit myself to a 9 to 5 routine or a 9 to 9 or a nine. Matlab, that whole litigation grill was just something that was not fitting in with the kind of lifestyle I wanted. मुझे फ्रीडम चाहिए था कि अगर कोई सुबह 9 से 1 बजे एक कॉन्फ्रेंस हो रही है और उसकी इनविटेशन आई है तो मैं
yeah,
वहाँ जा सकूं. आई वॉन्टेड वो जो टाइम पॉवर्टी एक चीज होती है ना, कि व्हेन यू कमिट योर सेल्फ टू वन 9 to 5 काइंड ऑफ अ ग्रिल, वो आपको फिर उसकी अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट ये होती है कि आप बहुत सारी और जगहों पे हो नहीं सकते अगर आप जॉब कर रहे हैं, ऑब्वियसली, बिकॉज देन यू हैव टू बी इन द ऑफिस. सो आई हैव
yeah,
ऑलवेज बिन up for things in which I've had the liberty and the freedom to do things at my own pace and time. And therefore I've been part of so many volunteer committees and projects, and even through
you
women in
created this, and now
yes,
you mentored so
exactly.
many people. Yeah,
And but ये है कि अभी भी एक स्टूडेंट है who wanted some sort of guidance, बल्कि इस्लामाबाद में ही बेस्ड है. उसके अभी 2 महीने बाद एग्जाम्स हैं, and I usually don't do tuitions anymore. बट उसका क्योंकि था केस फर्क के वो स्टूडेंट अच्छा था, उसके बाकी सब्जेक्ट्स में भी रिजल्ट अच्छे थे, and genuinely needed help, so then I agreed. So I do this all the time, and I do so many volunteer sessions all the time. Somebody reaches out, because I feel like, you know I just love
Your contribution to the field, you
that.
know.
Yeah. So it may really makes me happy. And yeah, so the
But it's so like, see, if you guys can take an example from this, like even as a someone who's so accomplished, she's like the freelance work when it comes your way, just take it. It's just hone the skill you're good at. If teaching is something you're good at, then do it. And you know, with
yeah,
start with
that's
one
how
student.
projects also came to me. So whether it's a harassment law ke upar training, you know, whether it's something, these are not commitments that I'm doing full time. But whenever the training is there, for 2 days, 3 days, I'm committed. I would go, I would do it. Sometimes they're paid, sometimes they're not paid. But I still do them because it's
You get
something.
the paid ones, it's because you have so many unpaid
Yeah,
ones as well. They help you get those. तो वो ये भी बात
absolutely.
आ जाती है ना.
Absolutely,
Sure.
absolutely. So, you know, it's all sort of feeds into each other, and then you start. मुझे यही सीनियर्स कहते थे, you know, you are what you do and what you consistently write on and what you're doing. So
Yeah.
I started out with subjects in corporate law and commercial law and all of that. My even my LLM is economic law, investment law, and all of that. But
Very nice.
and my like I teach company law as well. But my I am known for my work on gender and my work for female lawyers because that's what I've consistently, you know,
Yeah.
felt so good doing. And I think I've spoken more about that work, and most of
Yeah.
majority of it has been free volunteer work. So yeah, I mean it really makes a lot of difference if you're doing something which is backed by passion and the money follows, you know. My husband also said that to me, कि abhi initially, you know, if you've committed yourself to this cause, don't think about money and don't try to earn from your cause, because that was never the objective and the idea. But he said that, you know, money will follow if
Yeah.
if you're
That's true.
good,
So true.
if you excel in it, you will start getting paid opportunities. And that did happen because the later studies that I did, the baseline study, the gender, the fair representation study, they were all paid studies. I was hired as a,
Yeah.
you know, consultant to do those. So
Yeah.
you know, then eventually I started getting paid for exactly what I was
What you
passionate
were doing for
about.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
it
love that.
so yeah, it happens, and you just have to stay committed and consistent with what you're doing.
I completely agree. And जहाँ तक, you know, when you talk about money, if you want to make money on the side, you don't necessarily have to just do law. If you can't sustain volunteer work, with you can't sustain doing free volunteer work because you have, you know, transport fees, आपको अपने पेट्रोल के पैसे, हॉस्टल के पैसे पूरे नहीं हो रहे. There's so many other things that are now. Freelancing is an online thing. Online writing लोग कर रहे हैं freelancing में. Online, there's also these call center jobs that so many young people are doing because they have good English skills. उससे उनकी communication skills बेहतर हो रही हैं. They pay in dollars, they pay in pounds. हाँ, नींद खराब होती है, but that's the unfortunate thing that you might have to work a little bit harder than those more privileged than you, but it's going to pay off more one day. Don't
But
don't doubt that
also,
for a second.
you know, places like Upwork where you can sell your skills,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like you did modeling for, you know, some
Generation. Yeah.
brands. So there's a
Yeah.
lot that you can do. But coming back to the questions that we have in the chat, if you'd like to, you know, take them up one
Yeah.
by one now.
So, Marine, so you're freelancing. So there's many platforms is up. The thing is, I don't do freelancing through platforms, but if you Google freelancing platforms, many will show up. Like Miss Nida just mentioned, Upwork. Pakistan के भी कुछ local platforms बन गए, which you should also look up.
Fiverr भी है,
But
Fiverr.
yeah, Fiverr as well. And now that we have better money receiving platforms as well, so it's easier to get money through that too. But if you want to freelance here, immediately without the sort of, because there's so many on Upwork now. It's so saturated. I would say find something you're good at now, and by word of mouth, I'll give you an example. My brother, he's 18. He's really good at gym. He knows everything about training and stuff. तो उसने अब offer कर दिया to friends or people he knows, and he is interested in Muay Thai as well, to train them as a gym trainer. He's an A-level student. He's an A-level student who's really into, you know, working out and stuff. So this is so anything you're good at, think how that's freelancing. That would be him doing a freelancing job with his A-level education. मेरे A-level में अच्छा रिजल्ट आया था. मैंने एक जूनियर को ट्यूशन पढ़ाई. I think मैंने 10,000 लिए होंगे, पता नहीं क्या, for and I taught her like very rigorously. उसका अच्छा result आया. She gave my number to others. Then I became a tuition teacher, and in fact I've made so much money from tuitions that I paid for my first international trip abroad to Albania for a law conference, a moot court competition, all by myself. I paid 4,50,000 with my own money, जो मैंने ट्यूशन पढ़ा के Zoom पे कोविड के दौरान खुद ही earn किए थे. So to freelance, if you want to start earning, find something you're good at, learn how to monetize it, get one client, usko discount rate dete, and get them to then give you a recommendation. Hina's question. If one wants to offer policy making, what will be the route? So policy making के दो तरीके हैं. You can either do an LLB and then do a specialization. या आप LLB के साथ आप काम करें in the area you want to do policy making in, and trainings भी करें legal drafting में, policy making में, or you can even do an IR degree or a public policy degree. So these are all 3 degree routes you can do. अगर career wise आप बात करिए, I would say start looking at working with government institutions. Ministry of Foreign Affairs interns लेती है, National Assembly interns लेती है. How? उनकी website पे लिखा हुआ है इसका procedure. They officially take interns in. Then we have a question by Rumeha. I hope I pronounced your name right. My interest in corporate law. Which undergraduate degree would you suggest? So I would 1000% for corporate law recommend the UOL degree or any external foreign degree. आपको corporate law में ज़्यादा litigation वगैरह नहीं करनी पड़ती. I would say do the external degree. The local degree I'm personally only recommending उन लोगों के लिए जो litigation करना चाह रहे हैं. Okay, and A. Saleha, I'm 17 on a gap year. I'm hesitant pursuing law. My communication skills are not very good despite being involved in debates. I write better than I speak. Yes, law is still a great option for you if you write better than you speak. I have met I want you to do this activity, A. Saleha. I want you to come to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is open to everybody. Okay, you can come as a visitor. Aap aaye, you can bring your ID card, visitor gate pe, you can enter, and you can then sit in any courtroom. You have full public access to the Supreme Court or go to the High Court, any court. But Supreme Court mein aaye, and I want you to sit in one of the courtrooms, pick any courtroom जो चल रहा है. ऑनलाइन जाके कॉज लिस्ट सर्च करें. कॉज लिस्ट होता है केसेस कौन से लगे हुए हैं. ठीक है. And come to Supreme Court on any day you're free. And I want you to see the lawyers that are speaking. These are Supreme Court lawyers, and they are all excellent lawyers. But one thing you're going to notice about a lot of them, is that you can't even hear them sometimes, not because of volume or courtroom agar chota bhi ho, or sometimes they're a bit incoherent. They're not all excellent speakers. They have excellent legal minds, बट उनकी जो कभी कभार स्पीकिंग स्किल्स हैं, फॉर मैंने जो अपने एक्सपीरियंस में काफ़ी सुप्रीम कोर्ट की लॉयर्स को देखा है, चाहे इंग्लिश हो या उर्दू हो, वो बोल रहे होते हैं एज इन अ नॉर्मल लहजा. वो कोई आउटस्टैंडिंग ओरेटर्स नहीं है. इनफैक्ट सम ऑफ देम आर आल्सो रियली रियली बैड कि मैं बैठ के सोच रही होती हूँ, हैं how is this person a Supreme Court lawyer? So you don't have to be an excellent speaker to be a good lawyer. You just have to be a hard worker and ready to be a good researcher and drafter. Public speaking साथ साथ आ ही जाएगी. So come observe the court and you yourself will see कि मैं क्या बात कर रही हूँ. 100% come and observe. You'll be like, हैं ये lawyers बोल रहे हैं और केस जीत भी रहे हैं, और पता है क्या, लाखों में पैसे भी ले रहे हैं, just because of how excellent their legal minds are. Next up, we have Aliha Umar. As a final year law student who be, if you have missed out on mooting opportunities, lack of public speaking, is it possible? Of course, you can make up for it after graduating. Public speaking सिर्फ mooting से तो नहीं आती, right? Public speaking can come from many areas. एक तो practicing by yourself. Go in front of a mirror, take a speech that you like, Google any inspirational speeches in history, like 10 speeches print करें, and in front of the mirror, practice saying it. Practice in 3 ways. The first way you should say it is low impact monotone. ठीक है. Second way you should say it is high, loud, with certain variations, tonality के साथ देख रहे हैं. And third, you should say it passionately and emotionally. And then your final style should be a mix of all 3. You shouldn't be overly jazbati, you shouldn't be overly loud, you shouldn't be too monotone and too boring कि लोग सो जाएं. So look at online courses. And if you don't have the opportunity, आपको opportunity नहीं मिली mooting और इस तरह की चीज़ों में practice करते हुए, तो do it through personal practice, and also go to events, go to student events, go to volunteer camps, लोगों के साथ practice करें. Can a lower degree classification have any adverse effects on you? No, it can't. I know people who have I have a 2-1 degree. मेरी first class तो नहीं है. LSE is in the top 5 universities in the UK. I know people that have gotten into Oxford with a 2-1 because उनकी बाकी चीजें थी, उनके बारे में excellent थी. हाँ, third class के साथ it does sometimes impact it a little bit, but what you lack in academics, you can make up for in real world experience. So ऐसी कोई उसमें discourage होने की बात नहीं है. Is it possible to have work-life balance and financial stability if one goes for litigation even after 3-4 years down the line? Yeah, abhi a friend of mine who is a very serious litigator, because he or she is doing private practice, they have excellent work-life balance. लॉ फर्म के साथ थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होता है, because आप litigation भी कर रहे हो, बाकी काम भी कर रहे हो, getting home at 5-6 p.m. You can still have work-life balance like a regular 9 to 5. But with litigation and private practice, you definitely can have work-life balance. It depends on you. What are your work hours? Work hours के बाद, are you still working, or are you able to draw boundaries? Are you able to tell your boss, no, I'm not available for calls after 5 p.m. And you shouldn't be. If you're being paid till 5 or 6 p.m., unless कोई बहुत जरूरी केस लगा हुआ है, draw those boundaries. हाँ, शुरू में you kind of have to overwork because you're making your name in the field. But 3-4 years down the line, of course, you can have work-life balance. Thank you, Ali Hussain, for that comment. Fatma, I recently graduated from UL. I'm planning to apply for the CSS 26 exam, but I also want to apply to law firms. What would be the best? Okay. So, if you're CE 26 के लिए आप पढ़ाई कर रही हो, you need to make a study schedule where half the day you're studying, but half the day you're also going to a law firm. So the best way to approach a traineeship program is आपने पहले Google law firms online, apply to them for an internship or a law, because you recently graduated, you'll have to start off as an intern and then you can maybe get a job later on. So I would say Amir Bilal Sufi & Co is a great law firm. Juris is a great law firm. Reach out to them and offer your services. It's unlikely that any law firm will give you a paid offer without a license. So Fatma, my first another suggestion to you is आप अपने license के लिए फौरन apply करें. License के लिए किस तरह apply करते हैं? आपको पहले देनी होती है first intimation. You can give that now. But first intimation के लिए you need to have a senior lawyer sign that for you. फिर उसी senior के साथ आपने काम करना होगा 6 महीने, और उन 6 महीने के बाद that senior will sign off and say, yes, she was under my training the last 6 months. Find a senior lawyer who you can work with, जिनको पता है कि आप CSS की तैयारी भी कर रही हैं, so वो आपको थोड़ी सी flexibility भी दे दें. Inaya, I should I start my LinkedIn account अभी से? Yeah, start your LinkedIn account. Get a professional photo. Also, LinkedIn account ki profile specs matter. And you don't have to necessarily have a LinkedIn account to be a poster. You can also have it to be someone who comments, who reads. जो people you are inspired by, follow them on LinkedIn. Engage with their content. Learn from them. Don't think of LinkedIn as like I'm a student, या मैंने भी शुरू किया है तो मैं क्या post करूँ? You can post things like education achievements. You can post things like debate awards. You can post things like sports awards. School में क्या हुआ? Uni में क्या हुआ? You can post an interesting article you read. Would you like to add anything here?
No, I'm just getting back in the scene so that हम अब अपने wrapping up की तरफ जा रहे थे, तो
Yeah.
I just thought कि हम अपने final thoughts लें, because I think the questions have ended unless you want to add something.
Yeah, I think they've ended. Do you want to add anything on maybe LinkedIn? What are your thoughts on how the young people should navigate when they don't have a lot to post yet?
So, I personally think that whenever students make LinkedIn profiles, I think it's very important to still highlight the work angle of their lives as a student. So, like, it should not come across as a profile where students have, एक मिसफिट नहीं लगना चाहिए कि वो एक प्रोफेशनल नेटवर्किंग स्पेस में बच्चे आ गए हैं with their student wala mindset. So if you are looking for internships, if you're looking for some research work, or your profile should, even as a student, reflect your intention and your any past experiences that you have, जो work space में या work की हद तक या work के context में हो. That's just something that I feel, because ये थोड़ा सा मुझे, and that's my personal reading of profiles when people reach out. But but anytime students जो कि mooting में बहुत active हैं, या जो कुछ ना कुछ इस तरह से कर रहे हैं, अपने career related कोई questions पूछते हैं, internship से related पूछते हैं, या अपने उन experiences को highlight करते हैं, I think they come across as more serious people who understand what the platform is about. So I think ये बहुत बड़ा एक मसला है कि हम हर प्लेटफॉर्म को एक जैसे जब यूज करते हैं ना, कि हम जो चीज इंस्टा पे कर रहे हैं वही अगर हम LinkedIn पे करेंगे, तो दैट विल ऑल्सो क्रिएट सम challenges. So I think just if you have that appreciation and understanding, I don't think there's any harm in making your LinkedIn profile early on. But make sure that you have, like, it is in the work context and it is in line with what the platform is supposed to be about. And I don't see any harm in it after that. That's
for sure.
Thank you so much for answering it. Thank you so much. It's really appreciated.
Thank you for being a part of this conversation and making it successful. Baki
Yeah.
Mannoor, I mean, I'm really impressed by your journey and
Thank
commitment and your passion and how excited you are about, sharing your own insights in just detail mein or just, literally like I could, your excitement was rubbing off on me and I was feeling it here, sitting here. मुझे थोड़ा सा बस ये था कि like I feel that a lot of the examples that you've given are, of course, based on Rawalpindi, Islamabad, and even the firms that you've kind of
Yeah.
mentioned have been
Yeah.
very specific to Islamabad. So, just on for those who are outside Islamabad and Rawalpindi, do like जो कराची में है, जो लाहौर में है, या जो और जगहों पे हैं, would you say that similar techniques would apply, or would there'll be, because Islamabad is a very small community also, and
Yeah.
approaching places like the National Assembly and the Supreme Court is much
Yeah.
easier. So,
Yeah.
there are people on the peripheries, there are people who cannot, वो vicinity उनकी सारी change हो जाती है. And locally sometimes, उस तरह से opportunities वो exist नहीं करती, वो travel करके all the way इस्लामाबाद एक internship करने के लिए तो नहीं आएंगे. So,
Of course.
उस तरह के जो लोग हैं, जो बच्चे हैं, students हैं from those areas, how can they sort of, what is the best way for them to harness their skills in different diverse fields so
Yeah.
that they understand कि उनके लिए पॉलिसी मेकिंग है या नहीं, या लॉ फर्म्स में जाना है कि नहीं जाना, बिकॉज कई जगहों पे तो इवन अच्छी लॉ फर्म्स भी नहीं है उस तरह की जिस तरह की
That's
सपोज इस्लामाबाद में है. सो वो चैलेंजेस कैसे एड्रेस कर सकते हैं?
That's so true, and you're right. There is a big, I would say, advantage here of people who are in the capital because there's so many avenues open to them, especially because IGOs यहाँ इतनी काम करती हैं, policy making यहाँ होती है, it's the heart of the country. But that's not bad news for any of you because we're living in such a hybrid era that there's so many opportunities available to everyone online now as well, right? So there's very certain the National Assembly sure आप नहीं कर सकते, but provincial assemblies को देखें, reach out to people there in your provincial assembly. एक जैसे अभी you mentioned, I think सालिया के पंजाब assembly में youth general speaker का वो हुआ था इजलास. In the National Assembly, there's no space for young people to speak, right? So in fact, I would say they're at an advantage in certain senses where the provincial assemblies are more specialized and hyper focused on young people and including them and making sure that their voices are heard. Whereas here, it's always politics and business as usual. So we're kind of like, हम उनके ऊपर ना कुछ नाजिल होते हैं कि अच्छा इंटर्न्स आ गए हैं, बच्चे आ गए हैं, इनको कोई काम देना होगा. So I would say in some areas, you can say that the provincial assemblies are even more open to young people, but also there's your respective high courts, there's respective registries who might not turn down the extra hands. If you can find a senior bar councils who reach out kare. And the thing is, with the bar council members, they're always usually, in my experience, have been open to guiding young members as well. Okay, maybe if you're having trouble finding a law firm internship or you're having a trouble finding, someone to be your senior, reach out to your local bar association. वो तो आपको अपने अपने सिटी के अंदर मिल जाएगी where the senior lawyers should be helping. And you know why they would? Because वो elections लड़ते हैं. If you then later go online on your Twitter or whatever and write a whole essay कि मुझे कोई guidance नहीं मिली, use your power, right? As a young person, you have this share. So you are entitled to ask for help from these people who have chosen to be representatives of us in the legal community. And most importantly, don't shy away from रिजेक्शन, राइट? बिकॉज मैंने जो एक जनरल एडवाइस थी वो पूरे पाकिस्तान में ये होती है कि हमारे यहाँ ऑनलाइन सहूलतें ऑफ अप्लाइंग फॉर इंटर्नशिप्स, जॉब्स, वॉलंटियर वर्क नहीं है. कोई ऐसा हो सकता है कि सम एनजीओ टेकिंग इन लोड्स ऑफ वॉलंटियर्स बाय वर्ड ऑफ माउथ. दे विल नेवर इवन मेक अ पोस्ट अबाउट इट. आप जाएंगे तो वहां 10 और इंटर्न्स होंगे, यू विल थिंक हैं ये यहाँ कैसे आए हैं. मैं एबीएस गई थी, देयर वर 6 इंटर्न्स देयर. I got there through a cold call and an email. Somebody else got there because उसके फलां के अब्बू के दोस्त का वहाँ कोई partner है. Another person got there because उनकी law teacher वहाँ काम करती थी. There's so many different avenues through which you enter these places. So find an avenue for yourself and don't be, oh मेरा कोई contact नहीं है. It's not nepotism to ask for an interview or ask someone to land you one, right? I, for example, have with my law students through my connections gotten them internships at multiple places, not because मेरे वहाँ दोस्त हैं. I simply gave their CV to someone who was at ABS after I left. I simply gave a CV to somebody at Auxilio because I knew someone there, right? So if you use your word of mouth and don't shy away from it, right? हमारा पूरा system चलता है on networking and such. And if you're in an area where you feel अगर आपकी ज़्यादा restrictions हैं, if you know your parents aren't letting you go out of the house and आप law firms बहुत दूर हैं, आपको travel restrictions हैं, जो online काम मिल सकता है लो. And in the time अगर online काम नहीं मिले तो do more courses. Don't let any time go to waste. In this era, I'm telling you, there's so much online to do for free and paid work,
That's
right?
so true. Even I think बाहर की भी बहुत सारी firms हैं जो outsource करने लग गई हैं to people in Pakistan, and there are firms that are actually getting work from foreign clients and making people in Pakistan do that. तो अगर आपकी University of London की या foreign degree है वो उस तरह के काम में भी अब utilize हो रही है right here where you're sitting in Pakistan. You can be, working for a foreign firm, and I think that kind of opportunity, I mean, it's a little new, but I think that's opening up, more corridors for people to explore. And some of these are again LinkedIn के ऊपर ही ज़्यादातर हैं. Another thing I think is very important is कि law schools जो हैं आपके, उनके भी जो अब करियर काउंसलिंग या जो भी मतलब कंसर्न्ड पर्सनल वो बिठाते हैं. आई थिंक बहुत सारी नेटवर्किंग आपकी और बहुत सारे कनेक्शंस आपका लॉ स्कूल भी हेल्प कर सकता है.
Sure.
Some of the schools that I see now, they also try and get their own students internships. So if you are serious about your school, अगर आप attend कर रहे हैं, if you are a committed student and if you do well, तो even they will sometimes be a good point of reference जहाँ से आपके लिए वो रास्ते खोल सकते हैं, and they can recommend your name to people that they know. And बहुत सारे उनके alumni होते हैं जिनकी अपनी firms होती हैं और फिर वो
Yeah.
वहाँ अपने students को भेजते हैं. At least लाहौर में मैंने ये culture देखा. I'm not sure about Islamabad and other places, but I think it's important to have a good reputation in your law school as well with your teachers and admin. And reputation
Yeah.
पर I would stress, and I'm sure you will agree कि बहुत छोटी legal community है. And
Yeah.
अगर आप एक भी जगह पे falter करते हैं, आपका work ethic अगर नहीं सेट बैठता किसी एक जगह पे भी, तो it travels really fast. So you
Yeah.
have to kind of be, very professional with, even if you
And
have
reliable.
disagreement. Yeah, even if you have
Yeah.
disagreement with something, or even if you dislike a place or you're not happy somewhere, I think it's very important to address these things very, very professionally, because you don't want your reputation, to be scarred in the profession. It's a very small community.
Yeah. For sure, I completely agree. I think आपका आप अपने काम से जाने जाते हो, अपने नाम से जाने जाते हो, and to make sure that if you had a bad, and you will always be surrounded by people, not always, but I hope not, but you will always have certain places where you don't like the people you work with. Maybe उन्होंने कुछ गलत किया, maybe they're rude, maybe they're out of line. You always should find a way that's in the line to resolve a problem, right? Be the better person, be the more professional person. That is what we need, right? Because your reputation will follow you for the rest of your life, and you want to make sure that you are an upstanding reliable person. If for example, if you're always late and you're like अच्छा इस law firm पे तक काम नहीं तो मैं late हूँगा, doesn't matter काम नहीं है, you've agreed to be an intern there, show up there and read a book if you're there, I don't care, but they will always remember. शायद कोई और partner वहाँ हो who's not your supervisor, but they're going to notice you, they'll remember you one day. You need to make sure कि you're known to be punctual, you're known to be organized. अगर आपने कहा था कि आप फलां चीजें प्रिंट करके बॉस की टेबल पे रख देंगे, देन प्रिंट देम. प्रिंटर नहीं चल रहा, आई डोंट फाइंड अनदर प्रिंटर. आई हैव पेड फॉर प्रिंट्स आउट ऑफ माय ओन पॉकेट बिकॉज द प्रिंटर वाजंट वर्किंग एंड आई न्यू माय बॉस नीडेड अ प्रिंट आउट. सो यू हैव टू गो द एक्स्ट्रा माइल शुरू शुरू में, बट दिस एक्स्ट्रा माइल आई एम टेलिंग यू विल टेक यू so far when people remember how you did this for them, and in fact because you're doing it for yourself. Yeah.
It is so true. And on that note, Mahnoor, I would like to thank you for your time as well. You've been so generous and open and honest with your advice and experiences. I'm sure people will benefit a lot from it. And also, to be answering all these questions one by one, हम सबने बहुत मतलब एकदम सारी वो थी, but you've
Yeah.
been so patient with all of us and so candid that it's been such a heart to heart. It's been so cathartic to listen to you.
Thank you so
And I'm
much.
pretty sure that a lot of people are able to resonate with what you've said and your experiences. I can see really good comments in the chat box for you as well.
Yeah, so
So thank
sweet.
you so much. I'd love for us to continue these conversations and to, engage with you again on maybe a different topic. but you've also left your email address for people within the room to contact you. So again, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
And thanks to everybody who joined us today or who sent us their questions in the form below when they registered earlier. So all of that has made this discussion more wholesome and it has enriched everybody's understanding. So thank you so much for contributing to it and taking out the time that you all did for this conversation to work. Khudafis, take care, have a nice weekend.
Thank you, Allah Hafiz. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Khudafis.